Hey GN subs, how are you? And today I have some fantastic news. We just got sworn in the new Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. This is the best thing for immigration, folks. Let me tell you. I know Alejandro personally. He is from LA. He's an immigrant. We'll tell you all about him. I am so excited. When you hear what he has to say about the new policy in immigration, you'll be impressed. I mean, he is so articulate. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to introduce you to Alejandro Mayorkas. Secondly, we're going to tell you about these 3 new executive orders that Biden signed. And then we're going to do what we always do. I'm going to give you a real case on what's happening with immigration today. Happened last week, okay? Give you that good news. Hey, those of you who are new to the channel, we bring you good news, GN baby. And hey, we're gonna break out some new t-shirts that you can purchase with the GN symbol and the good news symbol. We're gonna have a QR code on the back. You can, put your cell phone up and go right to our YouTube channel. It's great. Remember to go to the frequently asked questions. We got some great Q&A. It'll link you right to our videos. And remember, subscribe. We got 40,000 GN subs right now. We've just passed that, actually. We're up to almost 3.5 million views. Help us out. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. We answer all of your comments, folks. But we can't answer everyone's comments, so you gotta subscribe. We take priority to our GN subs. They'll tell you, hey, ask Blaze, Adeji, Pretty Woman. We take care of these folks. I'm telling you, these are some of our GN subscribers that have been around a long time. We take care of them. So hey, let's get at it. Let's tell you about our new Secretary of Homeland Security. Recently, there was an interview with Alejandro Mayorkas, and the interviewer was Ana Cabrera. And I got to tell you guys, it was so heartfelt, heartwarming, wonderful to see such an articulate, smart, incredible individual talking about immigration policy that is favorable, that he's talking about inclusion as opposed to exclusion. He's talking about reunification as opposed to separation. It was just a real joy to listen to Mayorkas and what he's going to do as our new head of immigration. He is the first Latino that is Secretary of Homeland Security. He is the first immigrant that is the Secretary of Homeland Security. His family immigrated from Romania to Cuba. He was born in Cuba, raised in Cuba, and they all came to the US. So Alejandro is a first generation immigrant, okay? So he understands immigration. I have some quotes from this interview, and I'm going to put a link in the description box below so you can go and you can actually see the interview so you can get to know who our new Secretary of Homeland Security is, okay? But, some of this is incredible. He starts out by saying, I am an immigrant. My parents brought me and my sister to this country to enjoy the freedom that a democracy presents. I mean, what a statement. Our country, it provides freedom, opportunity, and he understands this, so his policy is going to reflect that. He spoke about combating the hate and the domestic terrorism. He says, quote, my job is to make our country safe and secure from without and within. She asked, what does it mean to be a Latino immigrant? He says, it's a privilege, honor, and an awesome responsibility. We will demonstrate to the world that we are a nation of laws and immigrants. We are a nation of laws and immigrants. That sums up his immigration policy. Really important. He says we are going to enforce our immigration laws, so we're just not going to be open borders, as people suggest sometimes. It's going to be based on laws. It's going to be orderly, okay? But also, we're going to allow a positive policy for immigrants to continue to come to the U.S. That's incredible. You have to go watch this interview with Alejandro Mayorkas. It will give you all you need to know about this guy. So everyone's talking about these 3 new executive orders that were signed last week by Biden. So these 3 executive orders are not designed to make new law. They're designed to eliminate previous bad policy. That's what Biden says, okay? And so there's 3. It's pretty simple stuff, right? The first one is going to be reuniting those families. We talked about that. It's going to happen. Daunting task, very difficult, but they're going to do it. Right now, for asylum, right? There's UN treaty, there's UN laws on asylum, and right now, asylees, refugees are waiting outside of the U.S. to get in. That has not been the policy. They're going to reverse that policy. They're going to study it. They're going to find out how to have asylum hearings again in the U.S. That's how it used to be when you come to the border. If you had a credible fear, you were able to come in and demonstrate fear of persecution. That's always been the standard. So that's coming back, okay? Third thing is he's going to stop the restrictions on legal immigration. There were a lot of restrictions by executive order, family preference petitions. Individuals weren't able to come to the U.S. That's all going to be over. He's setting up task force to study all 3 of these issues, and I think we're going to have some positive results. I think that's the good news. That's the takeaway. Some say, oh, it's negative. He hasn't done anything. He's just setting up a task force. No, I think it's great news. You got to study these things. It's not that simple just to let people in, right? So he's going to study the issues. He's going to make it happen, and I'm excited. So you could think it's bad news if you want. That's fine. It's good news to me. I think it's good news for you. Alrighty, so let's talk about this real case, all right? Waiver of employment-based interviews. This is an approval, all right? Now, most of my cases, you'll see, it's an approval of an employment-based case, but usually it's under the first preference, right? It's extraordinary ability, and you guys say, well, you know, anyone who's extraordinary, their interview is going to be waived because everyone knows who they are, right? The case is easy, it's simple, it's an I-140, it's a Category 1, or it's a very wealthy multinational executive under Category 1. Hey, those are simple, right? You're going to waive those final interviews. Well, this case is an E-36, right? It was filed in 2018, so this was filed before they were waiving final interviews. This case was filed when they were actually having final interviews. Look at what happened. The interview was waived on this, and this is a third preference skilled petition. Recently, final interview waived. We hope we're going to continue to see this trend with the backlog. I keep telling you, I was one of the first attorneys to tell you that interviews are being waived, and they are continuing to be waived. So that's the great news. Hey, YouTube family, GN subs, thanks for watching GrayLaw TV. Click below, like and subscribe. Courtney and I are coming at you with GN all the time.